Brother's ghost, or just a hoax? In 2018, my brother passed away in his sleep. It was sudden, random, and completely shocking. Going through his old things, I couldn't decide what I wanted to hold on to remember him by. Small stones he would collect, piles of concert t-shirts, and hundreds of his drawings. I finally settled on a favorite book of ours. I was never much of a reader, but I loved how much he loved books. Back home, I tried to find my rhythm again, get myself back to normal life. 4 months later, I was cleaning our home. We were having friends visit and I needed to prep the guest room. I walked into the room and in the middle of the floor was my brother's book. I had placed it on the shelf with my other books and hadn't taken it down. That bookshelf was in another room across the hall. I thought it was strange, or maybe just a bad try at a practical joke. But the thought passed quickly and I picked up the book, took it down the hall, and put it back on the bookshelf. A year or so later, my wife and I had been traveling for the holidays. I had to return early for some work that I had to get done before the end of the year. So I made the trip back home alone, and my wife stayed back to stay with her family for the rest of the holidays. We received a gift of an incense holder from my younger brother and his girlfriend. I had never owned one before, but I remembered my older brother used to love them and light them up in his house all the time. Feeling a little stressed from a long day, I decided to light up the incense. I took a shower, let the incense fill the room before I laid down to go to sleep. I was sleeping peacefully till suddenly I was woken up by someone tapping on my knee. I shot up out of bed, realizing I was no longer alone. In the darkness, I could see the outline of a man staring down at me. I began to shout at him, "What are you doing in my house?" No response. I shouted again, "What are you doing in my house?" The short human frame began to back away, holding its pointed arms up to where its ears would be. I fumbled for the light as I continued to shout at the dark figure, slowly backing away from me. I flicked the switch twice. The light turned on, and to my shock, there was no one there. I sat on the edge of my bed, breathing heavily. What had I just seen? What did it want? Was that my brother coming back to check on me? Or maybe just a really bad batch of incense? Or perhaps something pretending to be him? Something worse, something that wanted to harm me? Brother or not, all I know is I never want that to happen again.